They're tailgating outside PNC Park as the Buccos and St. Louis Cardinals meet. In game one of their three-game series, Brad Lincoln toes the rubber for the Buccos. The Pirates trying to cook up a recipe for some wins as we wind down the 2011 home schedule and the final season series between the Pirates and the Redbirds. Greg Brown along with Bob Walk. The St. Louis Cardinals, Bob, suddenly find themselves at least in the conversation when we talk postseason.
Yeah, they're looking around. They see themselves in the hunt a little bit, maybe trying to run down the Braves perhaps for the wild card. The Brewers aren't all that far out of sight. Look what they've been able to do, just 6 games back. Still a couple of weeks left to play. They could catch them. 16 games remain on the schedule for the St. Louis Cardinals, and of course, their offense, well, Pujols and Berkman, no doubt about that. They have been tremendous all year long. Last homestand winning 6 of the 9 games played. John Jay has been also part of this offensive force. Well, they got the best offensive team in our league, that's for sure. But, Greg, in this ballpark, Albert Pujols has been a nightmare for the Pirates. And I don't care what anybody else is doing. When they come in here, we got to get Pujols out.
And that means Brad Lincoln. It's awfully important for him to pitch maybe not as well or as he did against the St. Louis Cardinals back on August the 27th. At least attempt to do that, and he certainly kept the Cardinals in check.
Well, I think right now he's making a great bid for that rotation for next year. He has come up, and in the short time he's been in our rotation, he's been the most dependable.
Kyle Loesch, he is a 13-game winner for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he's coming off the victory against the Milwaukee Brewers.
A very dependable starter in this league, maybe not as flashy as some of the other guys, but he can go out and definitely take charge of a ball game.
It's Lincoln against Loesch, the Pirates and the Cardinals from PNC Park in Pittsburgh, as the Buccos look to raise that Jolly Roger again. Your turn to root is coming up next. Well, we are underway early. Game started at 7:04. Just now turned 7:05. 2 pitches have been thrown. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And now it is 1-2 on Rafael Furcal. Call hitting .218 combined with the Dodgers and the Cardinals. Playing in his 38th game with St. Louis. We'll give you the rest of the starting lineup momentarily. Still 1-2 on the veteran shortstop Rafael Furcal. Quick look. John Jay, Albert Pujols, Matt Holliday follow. And it's Berkman, Freese, Molina, and Schumacher with Kyle Loesch on the hill. One and two. Breaking pitch stays up to even the count on Furcal. Brad Lincoln did a fine job against the Redbirds in St. Louis.
That's a nice test here for him in this ball game, Greg, with all the quality hitters they have throughout their lineup. And you mix in the fact that their backs are kind of up against the wall right now. They are desperate to win every game. They're running out of time.
His numbers in 5 starts. This is his 10th appearance. And Furcal, who was not doing anything offensively when he came over, and he spent some time on the disabled list. He's been much better recently for the Cardinals. And a leadoff hit for the switch hitting shortstop. It brings up John Jay. We showed you that graphic at the outset of the 3 who have really propelled them offensively over the past week and a half.
Well, the Cardinals are, you would think, would be kind of in playoff mode right now. They're just barely still alive. You know, there's a little bit of a chance for the playoffs, but they got to win just every night. They are definitely, I'm sure, playing with a lot of intensity right now. And that man plays with, or manages with intensity every night.
They have won 5 in a row now. They beat Atlanta 6-3 yesterday. And trouble. First and second. And the ball kicks off of Presley's chest. So here we go for call into third base. The St. Louis Cardinals, they don't run much. They're last in stolen bases in the National League. But no team goes from first to third on singles more than the St. Louis Cardinals.
I'll tell you what, Greg, we're lucky that it's not second and third right now. This ball gets muffed out there in left field, and here comes the throw. There's no chance at third base, but Jay stays at first. Right now, Jay's around first base right now. He could keep going. Alvarez, you see his first look, he thought probably was going to have to throw to second.
Error on Presley puts runners at first and third for Albert Pujols. John Jay, 6 steals, 11 attempts. Pujols, 34 homers to lead the league. The 89 RBIs are tied for 8th most. And we pointed this out a lot during the Cardinals series in St. Louis a couple of weeks ago. He has also grounded into the most double plays in the league. 29 times he's hit into double plays. Ball 1. See his teammates right behind him, Holliday and Molina. 3 big reasons why they've grounded into more double plays than any other team in the league. The Pirates are second in that department. Takes the strike from Brad Lincoln. Albert Pujols against Brad Lincoln, the 26-year-old out of the University of Houston, first-round pick of the Pirates in 2006. Back on the 27th of August in St. Louis, Lincoln gave up a hit in 3 at-bats to Pujols. One of 7 hits given up by Lincoln, Daniel McCutchen, and Chris Resop. Lincoln went 6.
Now look at those PNC Park numbers by Pujols.
The best of anybody. Now 2-1.
He made a couple of pretty good pitches down just below the knees, trying to get that ground ball double play. Pujols is laying off of him.
He was 1 for 4 yesterday.
There's those 2 pitches down I was talking about. You can see that on our strike zone presented by Range Resources.
There goes the runner from first. Swing and a miss. Domit's throw is going to get him. 2-4 on the caught stealing.
It was a short lead and not a very good jump. Nice pick by Walker on the other end. Looked kind of like a hit and run to me.
Yeah.
You can see Jay looking over his shoulder the whole way down there. And it was a 2-1 count, which is definitely a hit and run count.
Really, Bob, before this year, I don't know that we would have seen that from Tony La Russa.
That's why I'm so reluctant to say they had a hit and run on.
But that's what he's trying to do to keep them out of these double plays. It's frustrating the heck out of them.
I mean, it's hard for me to believe they would hit and run with Albert Pujols.
We did see that at least once in that series in St. Louis where they started the runner with Pujols. La Russa has said it's the one thing that the media should be talking about, one that is driving me nuts. The double plays. I've never experienced anything like this as a manager. It's just brutal. 2-2 on Pujols. Chance for Lincoln to limit the damage. Infield back. Pujols, in addition to being one of the game's top power hitters, amazingly is the 5th toughest to strike out in the National League. He has walked 56 times this season. He has struck out only 52 times in 512 at bats. Still 2-2. And this fly ball to center field will bring home for a call, and a sacrifice fly for Pujols gives the Cardinals a 1-0 lead.
Let's watch that at bat again. They're trying to get a double play. He doesn't swing there. Takes out one. Downstairs again, doesn't bite. And then he just kind of just stayed alive. Couple ground balls. Finally got a pitch that was up about mid-thigh so he could get it to the outfield.
It's his 90th RBI, Albert Pujols.
They're talking about that hit and run right there, I think. That's what we just caught on camera. You see La Russa looking at him.
Talking to Mark McGuire, his hitting coach.
I don't know what he was pointing to.
Bounced sharply to third, picked by Alvarez, and Matt Holliday will be the final out of the first inning. Kyle Loesch will take the hill against Alex Presley, Neil Walker, and Andrew McCutchen.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Barrel Automotive. Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. And by PNC, for the achiever in you. Let's go, Bucks!
Welcome back. Unearned run in the top of the first inning. So now Alex Presley, who was charged with that error, will face Kyle Loesch. And Loesch will face this Toyota starting lineup. Presley, Walker, McCutchen. Derek Lee hits cleanup. Ryan Domit, the switch hitting catcher, bats fifth. And it's Garrett Jones back in right field, hitting sixth. Pedro Alvarez, Ronnie Cedeno, Brad Lincoln. Lincoln, a good hitting pitcher.
I like this Sam Holbrook. No, that's inside. No, that's out. I like it when they tell you where it's at. Sometimes as a pitcher, you're not sure if he called it low or inside, something like that. Trying to make up a little bit for that error. Get things going. Right down the middle. Hit it right back through the middle.
All fouled out of play. Take a look at PNC for the achiever in you. PNC achievement this season against the Central. Neil Walker hitting .308, an OPS of .884. He's reached base safely in 19 of his last 20 against the Central.
Looks like Presley's getting a nice aggressive lead off first base.
Oh, and 2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Neil Walker. McCutchen to follow. Loesch working with Yadier Molina. 1-2 count on Walker. 2-2. Walker hitting .274 from this left side of the plate. .261 as a righty. He was 1 for 4 yesterday. So he went 3 for 10 in that series against the Marlins. 2-2. Will Presley take off? And they're going to keep him close as best as they can.
He's getting a pretty nice lead over there. I wouldn't mind seeing him take a shot at it. See how far he is off the base. Might not look quite that far because of the way Pujols plays it. He comes off with him. But if you kind of get Pujols out of the picture and just look at the bag and Presley, he's getting a nice lead.
Well, does Pujols do it differently than most first basemen, and why?
I'm not sure why he does that, but he gets off the base. He doesn't stay at the bag.
Is that to give him some more range?
Well, he can cover the hole better, but then also he has to try to move back to maybe to make a tag.
And look at this, right to him, and he muffs it. So Walker will head to second base, and he is there at second and third, and nobody out.
Right through him. Take another look. One hop right there. He's got to make that play.
Neil Walker will certainly accept a double rather than a double play.
Oh, heck yeah.
How about that? From that, a double play and nobody out, to what the official score rules, a double. Second and third, nobody out. .25 doubles on the year for Walker. Now McCutchen sitting on 85 RBIs, a career .364 batting average against Kyle Loesch. Infield will concede a run. McCutchen wanted 3.
Well, McCutchen needs a couple of big RBI games. That pitch again, they see where it was. The strike's up. Strike zone presented by Range Resources. A little up and in, but still a strike. I'd like to get him up there at 100. He's at 85 for a while now and running out of games.
Fly ball. Presley will score on this one easily, and Walker will also tag and move to third. It's a 1-1 ball game.
Very productive out by McCutchen. Get the run home, get the other guy over. Take a look at the swing, the location, down and away. That's a pitch that a lot of times McCutchen doesn't handle very well. The pitch away, if it's up, he can hit it out of the ballpark, but when it gets it down, that's probably where he would least like it. But he goes down and get it, and like I said, very productive out. Able to lift it to the outfield.
Derek Lee will do the same thing. That's very productive. Back toward the wall, and what a catch by Berkman. He felt the wall coming, and he reached out at the last moment to take it away. The Pirates lead 2-1.
Are you kidding me? How about that catch?
Lance Berkman.
Watch how he's like,
he was going
to
concede it off the wall, and then, you know what? I think I got a shot at this. He thought, I'll play it off the wall, and then, whoa, it's right there.
He does things in an unconventional manner, doesn't he?
Almost Hunter Pence-like.
Yes.
So Derek Lee.
Same pitch, down and away, got it in the air. Hit that one a little bit further than McCutchen got his. Same result. Got to run home.
Derek Lee has a dozen runs batted in this his 14th game as a Pirate.
Derek shaking his head like, how'd he catch that?
.30 count on Doman.
When Berkman came up, he was a pretty serviceable outfielder. He was young, made some nice plays in center field as a youngster. Coming to the Cardinals, had to move back to the outfield, and has kind of proven to everybody that he can still play out there.
Well, you know, Bob, you and I were in Houston as the Domet delivers the ground single beating the shift. You're talking about the play he made. You and I both agree. This is off Rob Makoviak in Houston, that had this been a meaningful playoff game, it would have been considered one of the greatest catches in the history of baseball. Phenomenal play.
Up the hill, almost to the top of the hill, totally over the shoulder. Look at that. Top of the hill. That had to be about a second year in the league, maybe.
02. Probably his second full year. Yep.
What a play. That's at 430 something, isn't it, to that fence back there? So not only did he get to that ball, think how far he went to. He had to run to make that catch up the hill. If that would have been a postseason game, World Series, would have been one of the all-time greats. Still a pretty good catch.
toothpick going, huh? UL Washington, Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
Jones hits this ball the other way. And Holiday didn't know whether to come in, make the catch, back off. He did not pull a Berkman.
Definitely got caught in between.
So right there, Berkman would have kept going and just at the last second stuck that glove out.
Could have been a disaster for the Cardinals. Goes to the wall. It's another run for the Pirates.
Brings up Pedro Alvarez. Our day key matchup of the day. Career 4 for 10 against Loesch. 381 on the first pitch of his at-bats. Ball 1 to Alvarez.
If you were watching the pregame today, you heard, I think it was Rob King that was talking about how Loesch loves to throw strike one. Might be a matchup we really focus in on this evening.
The highest first pitch strike percentage in the National League. Just ahead of Roy Halladay. A 2-1 count on Alvarez. Pirates have talked to Alvarez about playing winter ball, and they're hoping they can find a spot for him. He's ready to do that. And a 2-2 count. He did not start yesterday. It was Josh Harrison that started the hot corner. Alvarez was 0 for 3 on Saturday night against the Florida Marlins. Two and 2. Down on strikes goes Alvarez. Pirates send 7 to the plate, and they get 2, and now have the lead after 1. Bucks up 2-1. Unearned run in the first inning for the Redbirds. Berkman, Freese, and Yadier Molina. Berkman hitting .290, 30 homers, tied for 7th in the league, and 86 RBIs. And he has come out publicly and said he would really like to return. Hopefully they can work out a deal, he said. And though nothing is in writing, the Cardinals have made it apparent that they would also like Berkman to return.
Should be a done deal then, huh?
I think they have other things on their plate, apparently, like Pujols. Although they did.
Got Carpenter.
Yeah, they haven't announced it yet. They'll make that official sometime later in the week, but they signed Chris Carpenter to a 2-year extension worth $21 million. Ball grounded right to Neil Walker. Brings up David Freese. Chris Carpenter will pitch tomorrow night for the Redbirds against Jeff Karstens. You got a chance to talk to Karstens a little bit today or no?
I just said hi to him.
Okay. David Freese will come to the plate. It'll be Karstens against Carpenter, and then on Wednesday afternoon, Morton against Edwin Jackson. There is Chris Carpenter.
Was feeling good. Couldn't wait to get out there. I said, "Oh yeah, when's that going to be?" He said, "Tomorrow." I went, "Oh."
I thought so. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Or as Blas would say, that's what I meant.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I get flustered sometimes, you know.
Jammed him, and off the bag is Derek Lee, and on to Brad Lincoln.
There's a athletic pitcher right there.
A couple of good athletes right there, Derek Lee and Brad Lincoln.
Yeah. Lincoln's going to be there for you.
David Freese retired on the ground ball to Derek Lee. 2 up and 2 down, and now Molina. Molina 13 for 36 this season against the Pirates. 3 of his 12 homers against the Bucks.
I was going to say, I don't know if the numbers back it up, but it just seems like Molina's like a little miniature version of Pujols when it comes to beating us up. Maybe he's just got some big hits off that stick out in my mind.
No, he's a 332 career hitter against Pittsburgh. Well above his career average. Having a very solid year, however. 295 with a dozen homers.
It's really a thin position in Major League Baseball catching. Yeah, they have a fine one in Molina.
Brad Lincoln sets them down on 3 ground balls. 2-1 Bucks. Kyle Loesch delivers to Ronnie Cedeno, 8th man in the order. Cedeno, .421 lifetime average against Loesch. Fair ball. David Freese makes the play and throws on to Pujols, 1 up and 1 down. Here's Brad Lincoln at the plate. This season 1 for 8, 7 for 23 in his early career.
That one hit that he's got this year was double against Cardinals. Huh?
Yeah, against Chris Carpenter. Helped himself at 7-0 combined shutout back on the 27th. And 1-2. Lincoln gave up the unearned run in the first inning, 1-2-3 second. Now Loesch, who gave up 2 first-inning runs, retires Cedeno to start this second inning, and he's up on his mound opponent, 1-2. Third baseman Freese again. Retires Lincoln. Take the Pirates with you wherever you go the rest of this season. Subscribe to MLB.tv and see every Pirates game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Pirates.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, baseball everywhere. Presley got the first inning started with a base hit, and now hitting .305.
That one hit jumped it up 5 points. Huh?
I guess.
When they hit 300 last at bat,
I believe.
Wow.
There has been some discrepancy and much discussion about exactly what his batting average is. Some official statistics had him coming in at .298, but what you're seeing on Root Sports is correct. Started at 300, now at .305. The Gypsies are never wrong.
No, they're not.
Parrot, you're losing all the popcorn there.
He's never wrong.
Look at this. You're just realizing it now.
You know you're in trouble if the cameraman's loud.
He just realized he did it again. Clapping with the popcorn in both hands. Think he'll ever learn?
No, I don't think he'll ever learn.
Easy play for John Jay, and the Pirates go in order through 2 innings, 2-1.
lead over these St. Louis Cardinals, and he was very successful in his last outing against St. Louis back on August 20 in a 7-0 win. So what's key in repeating that success tonight? Well, here's manager Clint Hurdle.
The one thing that good hitting teams do is they crush and they maul mistakes. So you got to keep the ball out of the middle of the plate. You got to control the front and back part of the plate, speed them up with slow, slow them down with hard in, spin them occasionally, work up and down and in and out, forward and back. That's what Brad can do, and that's what has to be done to shut down good offenses.
One thing we did not see a lot of back on August 27th, at least as far as Brad Lincoln is concerned, strikeouts. He had just 4 in 6 innings, and there's a good reason for that, guys. The Cardinals were only striking out once out of every 6.32 plate appearances. So not a lot of Ks, but we'll take the win the other way.
No doubt, Dan, thanks. Yeah, you got Pujols and Molina, two of the toughest men in the league to strike out. They can be scrappy for calls, tough. But as you say, certainly will take the outing he had against the Cardinals.
Well, they put the ball in play, and that gives them extra opportunities to find holes, get base hits, and just by cutting down the amount of strikeouts, they increase that batting average because they hit more balls out into fair territory by avoiding the strikeout.
Pirates are wanting to take a page out of that on the St. Louis Cardinals side. Maybe next year, as they continue to work on that. Clint Hurdle has talked about it time and time again that too often the Pirate batters are allowing the pitcher and the catcher just to play catch. Schumacher the other way. Presley, great job to hold Schumacher to a single. That will not get much attention here, but that's a tremendous play by Alex Presley.
Schumacher runs pretty well, and that ball had a little movement going toward the foul line. One of the advantages that you have as a left-handed left fielder is your glove side is that way. You get over there and make that spin move. It was something we saw years and years ago. Barry Bonds become very, very good at it, and I think that's why he won his gold gloves. Was how quickly he was able to get to that line and hold people to singles. That got everyone's attention of like, wow, this guy can play some outfield.
Do you think there's a metric out there now that talks about the best left fielders in terms of holding?
I'm sure there is.
Guys from
in fact,
doubles to singles?
I mentioned that on the air about a month ago, and somebody sent me an email
that there is a metric
with the metric that there is. I wish I would have remembered now what it was, but that they have. It's not just left fielders, but all outfielders on preventing runners from taking an extra base. They do have a stat for that. But don't ask me how it works. Oh no.
Runner goes and swinging away, and a base hit.
Playing a little hit and run.
1 ball, 1 strike pitch. In a bunt situation, Tony La Russa sends Schumacher, and Loesch singles.
Pretty good job right there. Not much of a swing. That's what you want to do as a pitcher on that hit and run. You're just punching the ball out there. You have to make contact. You absolutely do not want to take a full swing. And it's even to your advantage if you can kind of like bring the bat out there a little bit, like you're going to bunt, and try to get the infielders moving around a little bit. Like, okay, he's bunting. I got to go cover this base, that base. Where am I supposed to run? And now it's almost like what they call a slash bunt, butcher boy, whatever term people have put on it over the years. You bring the bat back, and then you just punch that ball out there almost like a pepper game and try and find a hole.
Call nearly keeps that fair.
It's a little different strategy for a pitcher in a bunt situation when you have a hit and run than a regular player, for sure. Schumacher ducking out of the way of that one. did see a pitcher though, Greg, one time. It was Brian Fisher. I don't think it was a hit and run. I think it was just like a wheel play where, you know, you do the slash punt. He squared it around, wheel play. He brought the bat back to swing, hit it out of the ballpark. It was in Cincinnati. Always thought that was pretty amazing. And they tell you not to take it, you know, you're just trying to punch it out there and hit it out of the ballpark.
Punched it out of the ballpark.
Yeah. Amazing what you can do with a short, compact swing.
For call, just slapping that ball foul. Wasting a few here from Lincoln. For call, hitting a little over 240 with the Cardinals. In 37 games, he's hit 6 homers. Lines this one into right. And a base hit. 2-2.
Look at the strike zone presented by Range Resources. It looked like they were trying to work him upstairs. And that one was about letter high. For call, able to spin on it, get the base hit.
For call, the RBI, his 13th run batted in since joining the Cardinals. And now the batter, John Jay.
I talked to Lincoln, and I think it was in Houston, about the success that he had had against the Brewers and the Cardinals. Both teams known for good hitters, a lot of power. And he mentioned down in Houston, he thought that his success back-to-back games against those two clubs was keeping the fastball in on all the guys, really working inside. He tried to get that one inside and got it in there just far enough.
Jay awfully quick there, and
but this
home
is
run
this
distance.
is the pitch he's talking about, inside, off the plate. But now this one is what happens a lot. To hit that ball hard, to get the head of the bat to it, you have to hit it foul. That's very difficult to hit a pitch off the plate inside with the head of the bat and keep it fair.
And now Weekly hit to the right side, and they'll just get one. Productive out for Jay. Second and third, one away for Albert Pujols. Cardinals have tied it, and now they've got 2 men in scoring position. Loesch at third, for call at second. And they'll walk Pujols intentionally. Not a given these days. You'd think the intentional walk numbers would be off the charts with this guy, but it's not been the case. Just the 14th time he's been walked intentionally all year. Prince Fielder leads the league, having been walked 29 times intentionally. Matt Kemp is second, 24 free passes.
A little bit of reflection on who's hitting behind those two guys. People are a little more reluctant to face Holiday. We're in Milwaukee. You got McGee most of the time.
To get updates on when to watch your favorite local teams, exclusive offers, and more, text alerts to 412-412 for Root Sports Red Alerts. Message and data rates may apply. Here is Holiday. The bases loaded. There we are, the intentional walks on the Cardinals. Berkman just behind Pujols. And in the dirt.
Doman having to corral that one. it off the chest protector. Took one off the chest protector last night that knocked him out of the game.
Ran some tests, say he's okay, and he's back in there. Took a fastball from James McDonald right to the chest. Well, that was swung on and missed and went as a pass ball. Here you see the base runners. Loesch, Furcal, and Pujols.
Take a look at that play yesterday. He's looking breaking ball. He's called a breaking pitch. He thinks this is going to bounce. He gets ready to block it. And as a catcher, you have no chance. You are left totally defenseless when you're looking off speed and you get a fastball. Most of the time, those end up going over your shoulder and hitting the umpire right in the face mask.
Grounded right to second, double play possibility. There's the Achilles heel, if there is one, for the St. Louis Cardinals. They've tied it at 2.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Day Automotive. We're going to make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Well, they're coming in all kinds of costumes these days. Here at PNC Park, 2-2 ball game. That was Burt. Neil Walker, Andrew McCutchen, Derek Lee against Loesch. Pirates have to feel fortunate that it is just a 2-2 ball game. Twice really looks as though for the first 3 innings, Cardinals were setting up shop for big innings, and Neil Walker 2 for 2. Let's go downstairs to Dan Potash.
Hey guys, as Andrew McCutchen comes to the plate, I want to tell you about some special visitors he had this afternoon here at PNC Park. Kutch does a lot of work with the Pittsburgh public school system that tries to get kids more involved in sports like baseball. Today, kids were treated to a little meet and greet with Kutch. Had a chance to take the field and watch a little batting practice. Pittsburgh Promise also doing a lot of work with this. So, you know, a lot of people think that the guys just kind of hang out and take it easy before the game. Well, they do. But sometimes you spend some time with tomorrow's stars of tomorrow, if you will.
That's great to see. Andrew McCutchen and Clint Hurdle pointed out again earlier today about how much these players and this organization does out in the community. Hurdle and almost the entire team will be out tomorrow at the local elementary school. There's a fly ball toward the corner, and not this time for Berkman. You never know with him.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Tomorrow they'll be out in Homewood for an assembly, and then they will unload a truck at this school in the Homewood for these students. They'll unload a truck filled with $20,000 in school supplies. All the players in Clint Hurdle tomorrow. One ball, two strikes. Kutch's buddies out there.
Kutch zone.
Kutch's crew. What is that? The Kutch zone?
Oh, I just made that up. Huh?
Oh, I figured it was the Kutch's crew, but I'm not. A broken bat. Right there to Furcal.
Well, Walker had to get down in a hurry. He slid about 10 feet short of the bag.
Andrew McCutcheon, the 10th toughest National League player to double up. It was routine for Furcal.
Yeah, that one was an easy one. Led him right to the bag. Derek Lee almost had extra bases. Berkman pulled a rabbit out of the hat.
Two on Lee. Sacrifice fly, sending Berkman back to the wall in the first.
You can see by our strike zone presented by Range Resources that he's really been throwing just about 2-to-1 fastballs over off-speed pitches.
Loesch picked up his 100th career win against the Pirates on August the 28th, the day after Lincoln beat the Cardinals. For call again. And that does it for the Bucks. Leadoff hit, then the double play and the ground out. Through 3, 2-all.
Baseball on Root Sports is sponsored by Toyota. Buy right the first time and save more. Visit your local Toyota dealer for details. And by AT&T. Let's go Bucks!
What a shot. Nearly a full moon. Looks pretty full, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's full enough.
Let's call it a full moon.
Technically, maybe it's not. I don't know. But if it's not full, it's
close to capacity.
Yeah.
And a great
might
shot
not be
again.
Standing room only.
Yeah.
Saw some great pictures of the moon the other day on the internet. That real high resolution shots. You could see the one of the landing sites.
Wow.
You could even make out the moon rover.
Oh man.
And the front tires were like cocked to the left, just like how they left it.
Wow.
It was pretty amazing. can't believe we left vehicles up there. Somebody could just be driving around.
We'll go back and get them someday. Wasn't Mike Shannon's nickname Moon? Right?
I don't know. We'll have to ask Steve that one. We're going back a ways there.
Well, not that far back. Mike Shannon? I didn't say we're
50s.
trying to foul out Rogers Hornsby. I said
50s.
Mike Shannon. Oh, my goodness. There he is. There's Mike Shannon. Moon Man. Former Cardinal and a long-time broadcaster. He was with the Cardinals from 62 to 70. Yeah, we went way back there, Bob. Young Bobby Walk.
How far back is that? 50 years.
Yeah.
His nickname's Moon, huh?
Moon Man. Lead off. Free pass. Brings up David Freese. AT&T Mobility Trivia question. Cardinals have grounded into a major league leading 150 double plays. Which team holds the all-time record for most grounded into double plays in the season? 157 DPs. Major league leading.
Who holds the record? You want to guess first or second?
I'll get guess first. And I will say the Boston Red Sox. For no reason.
What, Guinea? You don't have to come up with a year. Just say what an organization.
Of 1974.
Okay.
All right, go ahead. Your turn.
That's a real good guess. I like that guess.
Well, 2-0 the count after Lincoln walked Berkman to start the inning. He falls behind Freese 2-0, and Domet calls time and goes out to talk to him. And now Neil Walker. And in the meantime, third base coach Jose Oquendo talks to Freese.
'74 Red Sox, huh?
Freese, by the way, has hit into 13 double plays. Doesn't seem like a lot compared to the others, but it's going to be 14.
It's amazing.
6-4-3 double play.
It's like it's automatic. They get somebody on, double play.
They have turned quite a few. That Keystone combination, Walker and Cedeno. It is an interesting matchup, these two clubs, because as we said, the Cardinals have grounded into the most, Pirates second most, and Cardinals pitchers have induced the most, while Pirates pitchers have induced the second most.
I'll go with the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers.
Line to right, and Jones turns all the way around, and he comes up with it.
How about the right fielder?
Yeah, a little Berkman-like from Garrett Jones. 2-2.
At Ray Searage talking to Lincoln about his front shoulder and what he wants it to do on the breaking ball. Looks like Ray's telling him he's opening up too quick with that front shoulder, pulling off. Wants him to keep it closed a little bit.
Oh, 0-2 on Domit. Just able to roll a single between second base bag and second baseman Skip Schumacher, his first at bat against Loesch. This time pulls it to Schumacher.
I was in the locker room today and I was noticing the ropes the guys wear around their necks. The camouflage ones are becoming very popular. I think they're outnumbering the black and gold. Saw a lot of red, white, and blue yesterday.
Why do you think that is?
Hey, it's getting toward hunting season. Deer season's coming up, I think. You know, it's the fall.
There's not more power in them?
No, I think they have the same amount of power.
Force.
It's just, yeah, but the camouflage ones are becoming very popular. I noticed that Domit had the camo one on. That's why I brought that up. I was talking to Daniel McCutcheon about it. He was somebody had left theirs at the shower or something, and then misplaced it or something. I said, well, you can't get them wet? And he said, well, yeah, you can, but they get stinky.
So they forgot to pick it up? Did they lose it?
No, I think it was found.
They weren't concerned if somebody else might get the force, the power?
It can only help the owner.
Oh. Garrett Jones.
I asked him, I said, what do you do when they get stinky? And he goes, we wash them. I think Pujols has a rope on too, then.
Garrett's got one. It's not a rope. That's the old school one. And Pujols does have one.
Yeah. You see it there. Oh, that's gold.
Works just as well.
That's not a rope. That's money there. Speaking of which, you'll be signing a rather lucrative contract, I would imagine, soon. Maybe a record setter.
Oh, 2 count on Alvarez.
I was going to see if I could borrow rope for the Open today. You would have liked that.
I would have liked it.
I got flustered down there. I forgot all about it.
Little tapper. Alvarez is retired. 1-3 on the putout, and on the play Jones to second. AT&T trivia question. Cardinals have grounded into 158 DPs, leading the majors. Which team holds the all-time record for most in a season? You said
I said the Brewers, Red Sox, 1990. Well, you got the right team.
Yeah.
Good job with that. 1990.
Potentially walking Cedeno, which I don't know. I guess by the book it makes sense, but again, this could come back to haunt the Cardinals because that guy can swing the bat. All access night tomorrow night on Root Sports. In-game interview with Clint Hurdle. Pirates players will be mic'd up. Interview with Jeff Karstens after his start is completed. Behind the scenes in the Pirates clubhouse kitchen. Social media reports from Lacey Collins. Listen and watch the TV director online. More of your text the booth questions. Tim Neverett, Steve Blass will be in the Pirates clubhouse. Pirates personnel announcing starting lineups. All that on All Access Night tomorrow night. Right here on Root Sports. Scott Bonnet is going to be announcing at least one of the lineups. Pirates clubhouse manager, Bones, Scott Bonnet. Strike one on Brad Lincoln. I imagine Bones will have some comments about each player as he announces the lineup.
I should hope so.
So here's Lincoln. See if he can foil their strategy following the intentional walk. 2 aboard. By the way, that 1990 Red Sox team, the starting lineup included Tony Pena, Carlos Quintana, Jody Reed, Luis Rivera, Wade Boggs, Mike Greenwell, Alex Burks, Tom Bernansky, and Dwight Evans. Those are guys that grounded into a bunch of those record-setting double plays. 1 and 2 now on Lincoln.
It's kind of odd that you said 74 Red Sox and they hit to 174 double plays in 90. You must have had some kind of vibes going there and it just got crossed up somehow.
No, I'll tell you what I got crossed up about is I know Jim Rice set the American League record many years ago, and I was trying to think about when he played, but that was too early for Rice. Good try though, Bob. 2 and 2. I didn't have. I didn't even see the question.
You didn't have inside.
No, I didn't even see the question until it was on the screen.
Okay, I believe you.
There goes Lincoln. So the intentional walk and then the strikeout. Still tied at 2 through 4. ...2011 featuring Steve Miller Band live in concert following the Pirates-Reds 7:05 game on Saturday night, September 24th. They're going to be performing all their biggest hits. Obviously, the Joker, Take the Money and Run, many, many more. Steve Miller Band for Fan Jam 2011, Saturday, September 24th, 7:05. Go to Pirates.com for tickets to Fan Jam. Skip Schumacher will lead off. 2-2 ball game in the 5th. Schumacher led off the 3rd with a base hit and scored. Winding down the 2011 home schedule. Just 5 home games left after tonight. Lincoln out in front, 0-2, Schumacher. Foul ball. Cardinals have 15 games left after tonight, chasing the Brewers in the Central, starting the day 6 back. Both clubs won yesterday. Milwaukee came back to beat Philadelphia, avoiding the sweep in that 4-game series. And the Cardinals just 4.5 back of Atlanta in the wild card. Derek Lee handles that. On to Lincoln. The last time these two clubs met, back in late August, the Cardinals were 10.5 behind the Brewers, and they were third in the wild card, trailing Atlanta by 9.5. But as play begins today, they're within 6 of the front-running Brewers, and second in the wild card chase, 4.5 back of Atlanta. No head-to-head games left between the Cardinals and the Brewers, or the Cardinals and the Braves. Atlanta is playing the Marlins tonight, and trailing 2-0 in the 4th, first of a 3-game series in Atlanta. And then the Braves will host the Mets for 3, on to Miami to take on the Marlins on the road, then to Washington, and finish up at home against the Phillies. While the Cardinals, following this series, they'll go to Philadelphia for a 4-game weekend wraparound series that starts Friday night against the Phillies. Then they'll host the Mets for 3, the Cubs for 3, and they finish up on the road in Houston for 3. Kyle Loesch, count stays 1-2 on the pitcher. What do you think, Bob? Races finished in the National League?
Yeah, I think they pretty much are, but the Cardinals are at least trying to make it, interesting. It's a long ways to have to try and make up in a very short amount of time. 4.5 games, no head-to-head. You got to have a lot of help. It can happen, but it's not looking good. A little too late. Hey, Greg, have you run into like the people here in Pittsburgh really disliking the Brewers?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I had a fan tell me today, a real good, strong Pirate fan, saying, if we were to get swept, it wouldn't be that bad, because I would rather see anybody there than the Brewers.
Yeah. Brewers have not made a lot of friends or fans outside the Milwaukee area.
No, the Pirates. You see that
American League standings. The Tampa Bay Rays 3.5 back of Boston. That's tightened up a bit, and the Angels still within reach of the Texas Rangers in the American League West. Boston, by the way, is 3.5 back of the Yankees in the American League East.
A fan I was talking to today also said that a lot of it, his dislike for the Brewers, has come from Tony Plush. He said somebody needs to knock him down a few pegs.
For a call, he's retired. 1, 2, 3 go to Cardinals. Through 4.5, still tied 2-2. 2-2, bottom of the 5th. Alex Presley will lead things off against Kyle Loesch. Presley 1 for 2. They sit to start the first and scored. And a strike on Presley. There was a season ticket holder function earlier today, and Alex Presley was on hand along with Joel Hanrahan and Charlie Morton, Neil Huntington, Frank Coonley, and Clint Hurdle. Their season ticket holders got a rare opportunity just before a ball game to ask questions of the Pirate players. Clint Hurdle, again, Neil Huntington, and Frank Coonley. And someone asked regarding Presley and the outfield makeup for next year. As it stands now, it's likely to be Presley, McCutchen, and Tabata. And the question is, can you win with speed? And Neil Huntington, as he has pointed out in the past, has talked about how over the last decade the emphasis has gone more to speed as the power numbers have dropped considerably, sometimes for obvious reasons. But he pointed out that the average OPS now, which is on base plus slugging, is in the major leagues is 718, which is down. 2 years ago it was 750. In 2 years it's gone from 750 to 718, the average OPS in the major leagues, pointing to the fact that you can, and teams are winning, not with just speed. You do need some power, and he thinks that the Pirates have the ability to, on certain nights, once these men like McCutchen and Walker continue to mature. Already you've got a 20-plus homer guy in Andrew McCutchen. He thinks that Walker, as he continues to learn the league, could be a 20-plus homer guy. And once Alvarez figures it out down the road, hopefully in the not too distant future, 30-plus homers. Ball and a strike on Neil Walker, who tonight has doubled and singled and scored a run. Walker leads all National League second baseman with 79 runs batted in. He has a dozen home runs on the year. Loesch has given up only 16 this season. Early in his career, Loesch gave up his fair share of dingers. Of course, his home games were back at the old Metrodome when he was coming up with the Minnesota Twins. Two and one. Loesch originally drafted by the Chicago Cubs, a 29th rounder in the 1996 draft. 862nd player overall. And then the Twins acquired him in May of 1999 in the Rick Aguilera deal. There goes the runner, and that's drilled to right field. Enough height? Not enough. This is a double for Walker and an RBI to give the Pirates a 3-2 lead. His second double, he's 3 for 3, and he has 80 RBIs on the season as he scores Presley from first.
They hit it very hard. Just didn't get it in the air at all. Too much of a line drive, but that speed you were talking about, Greg. Presley easily getting around and scoring on this double off the wall. It wasn't a clean bounce, kind of came off at an angle, but Presley, he's running on the pitch, and he is already around third, right about now crossing the plate. Get those athletes out there on offense, and even if they're not stealing bases, they're still putting pressure on the defense, always looking to move up on an extra base. and certainly able to score from first base with no problem whatsoever on an extra base hit. He just cruises in.
Alex Presley scoring after he led off with a base hit up the middle. McCutchen tries to bunt, pops it up foul, and again shows bunt. That's interesting.
Yeah,
0-2.
Something he's maybe going to work on a little bit here the last couple weeks of the season.
McCutchen, a .364 career hitter against Kyle Loesch, hit a sacrifice fly in the first, bounced into a double play his last time. And a pop up to center. John Jay. That will not move Walker. Attempting to bunt first 2 pitches and then flies out to center on the 0-2 pitch. Derek Lee now. Lee, a career .400 hitter versus Loesch.
I don't think how many times we've seen McCutchen try and bunt for a hit this year. It can't be more than 3 or 4 times the whole season. We've talked about this before. With his speed, it would be something that would help out that batting average of his if he could even just 1 or 2 times a month pick up a bunt base hit. Think what that would do for his batting average.
And he knows it. He's talked about it. We've talked to him about it.
His legs are a great weapon. And here's another aspect of that, Greg.
Deep third, Freese throws on to first to retire Lee.
He hits a lot of ground balls like that. Down third base way in that hole. He's pretty much a pull hitter. If he can convince those third basemen, yeah, I'm a legitimate threat to drop down a bunt, they got to come way in on the grass. And a lot of those ground balls he'll hit that way. Now, occasionally they'll sneak through because it cuts down their lateral movement. They're so close to him. Could pay off in an extra hit or 2 every now and then in that way.
Yeah, at the very least, just attempting it to let the advanced scouts know that this is a guy that will drop down a bunt now and again. Doman 1 for 2. Ryan Doman batting .356 with men in scoring position. 16 for 45. Career .300 hitter against Cardinals pitching. The young Bucco fans are fired up. Their Pirates leading 3-2 in the 5th. Trying to derail the Cardinals. Cardinals winners of 5 straight after beating Atlanta 6-3 yesterday. They've won 12 of their last 16 overall, and they've taken 4 of their last 5 series. Pujols tosses to Loesch to retire the side. Presley and Walker combine to give the Pirates the lead. On to the 6th at PNC Park, 3-2. Pirates host the Reds at 1:35. Fan Appreciation Day at the ballpark. Pirates players going to be greeting fans at the gates upon entering the ballpark from noon until 12:30. Don't miss your chance to get a Pirates game-worn jersey after the game. For your tickets to Fan Appreciation Day, visit Pirates.com. See the home schedule winding down. With just 5 left after tonight. Tomorrow night, 7:05, and then the final weekday afternoon game here on Wednesday. And then Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon, the Cardinals finish up this homestand, and the Reds will finish up the home schedule as John Jay starts this 6th inning off with a base hit to right. He's 2 for 3.
A hot hitter.
Well, we'll see. As we mentioned earlier in the ball game, you wouldn't see John Jay taking off previously, but with the problems the Cardinals have had hitting into double plays, even with Pujols at the plate, Tony La Russa has sent runners.
I think there's certain hitters that you just have to take the double plays and let him swing the bat, let him hit. You're in scoring position at first base with Pujols at the plate. And that's why a lot of these home run type hitters have those double play numbers, because you don't start runners in front of them. The crooked number, the 3-run home run, that's what wins ball games. You get these big boys up there with runners on base, let them swing away.
Our AT&T trivia question about the record for the team record for hitting into double plays is Tony Watson and Chris LaRue loosened in the bullpen. We're talking about Jim Rice individually in 1984, hit into 36 that season for the Red Sox. His first full-time season with Boston was 1975, but he hit into 36 in 1984, which is the major league record. The National League record, Miguel Tejada, 3 years ago, hit into 32 for Houston. And right now Pujols sitting on 29. Seems a foregone conclusion. And he'll break the National League record. But with all his other marks, what difference does it make? There's a drive deep, and Pujols has hit another. Number 35 for Albert Pujols. He gives the Cardinals the lead. 4-3 St. Louis.
You get double plays, but you also get that. Gotta let those guys hit with the runners on base and see if they can come through for you. Pujols did there.
Unbelievable, this guy. Absolutely unbelievable, the AGH cam.
He is so good at getting the head of the bat to balls that are on the inside part of the plate and not pulling them foul at all. He just hit a ball on the inside half. Maybe not on the corner, but definitely solid on the inside half. And hits it out to right center field.
My word. Toward right center field, McCutchen makes the catch off the bat of Matt Holliday.
Take a look at that pitch again that Pujols hit out. Watch the strike zone. See where that ball is solidly on the inside half of the plate. He gets the head of the bat to the ball and hits it out the other direction to right center. Most guys will drop the head of the bat down and either hit that ball down the line or pull it foul. But that style of hitting too, Greg, that's part of the reason you don't get big strikeout numbers with him. Because when you're looking to hit the ball like that, you're not going to be swinging and missing and looking bad on breaking pitches. And that's why Pujols does not strike out a lot, even though he has tremendous power and hits a lot of home runs.
David Freese is going to face a new pitcher Brad Lincoln throws just 83 pitches. Clint Hurdle will go to the bullpen here. 4-3. The amazing Albert Pujols has done it again. Chris LaRue coming on.
On Root Sports is brought to you by Levin Furniture, featuring handcrafted Amish furniture. Let's go Bucks!
4-3 now, St. Louis. Top of the 6th, and Chris LaRue comes on. As Lincoln goes 5 1/3.
LaRue has done very good work. I think he has opened some eyes. Maybe trying to establish himself for next season. The whip, the walks and hits per innings pitched, less than 1. It's a number that I think is always impressive when I see that. It's a mark of a good pitcher when you can keep those, even just the hits, down less than innings pitched. But you get both of them combined down there. He's doing something.
Runner goes. And now caught between first and second. Berkman will be tagged out by Cedeno.
Trying to stay out of those double plays. That's what this is all about. They got a hit and run on. And Freese can't make any contact to protect Berkman, so Berkman is he's stuck. Has to try and get out of the run down. Looked like he almost was apologizing.
Yeah.
Ronnie hooked his arm as he ran by.
Nice pick there by Neil Walker in shallow center. Throws out Freese. Albert Pujols hits a 2-run homer, his 35th of the year, and the Cardinals have the lead. WVU and Marshall football this fall with wild and wonderful sports on Root Sports. It all kicks off tomorrow afternoon, 1:30. Dana Holgerson's WVU football press conference. Check out rootsports.com for all the details. The Pirates back to work. They trailed 1-0 after a half. Took the lead 2-1. The Cardinals tied it in the third at 2. Bucks picked up a run in the bottom of the fifth, and now, thanks to the Pujols home run, Pirates trail. Just so remarkable. Just there are not enough superlatives. Such an amazing player. 3 RBIs tonight, now with 92. Line sharply, but Jones denied his third hit, and Schumacher makes the play, 1 away. Albert Pujols trying to extend his own major league record of batting .300 with 30 or more homers, 100 or more RBIs for an 11th consecutive season. He's taken care of the 30 homers, now at 35. And now 8 shy of 100 ribbies.
He's doing things nobody has ever done in the game before, ever.
Yep.
Ever. You know, I'm going back to the legends.
I mean, already, I hope it's not blasphemous to say it, but already he could retire tomorrow and be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, no doubt at all. Yeah. He walk off the field right after this inning, never go on again. He's in the Hall of Fame.
The question is, when he walks off the field this season, will it be his last with the Cardinals?
You know, I hope it's not, because with his career, what it's going to mean, if it can be with one team, it'll be just even more incredible in today's game. Very nice play there.
Yeah, tough luck there for Alvarez. Ball deflects off of Loesch to the right side. Albert Pujols. Career numbers. And far from finished.
And for me too, I think I've heard people say this, and I agree with it. Hall of Fame, you say the name, and you know right then is he a Hall of Famer
Don't look
or
at
not
the stats.
before you look at the stats. Not like his stats aren't Hall of Fame worthy, but they're going to be they're just awesome. But nobody has ever, was it, how many seasons did you say? 11 straight?
Mm-hmm.
Started their career with 11 straight seasons, 30 or more home runs.
Yeah. Cardinals and Pujols broke off contract talks at spring training. Over the winter, they offered a 9-year deal for about $195 million, according to some reports. Wasn't enough for Pujols' representative. They want a 10-year contract, supposedly paying at least the $23 million annual salary of Twins catcher Joe Mauer. Cardinals.
What did they offer, did it say?
Reports say 9 years, $195 million.
Well, they're pretty close then.
You would think.
10 years, 230.
You'd think.
9-1. Doesn't seem like it's a lot of money, but what the heck? I'll write him a check. I got it.
1-2-3 for Kyle Loesch. 4-3. Pirates and Cardinals tomorrow here at PNC Park, 6:30 airtime, 7:05 first pitch, so it says, and then Wednesday at noon and 12:35 first pitch. Then it's on the road to Los Angeles. 4 with the Dodgers, and then to Phoenix for the Pirates return home. Their final 3 home games at PNC Park, and the strike is called on Yadier Molina. All access night tomorrow here on Root Sports. Molina grounded out and lined out against the starter Lincoln, who went just 5 1/3. 4 runs, 8 hits. Schumacher follows, and then the pitcher spot with bullpen action for St. Louis. Three and 1. Kyle McClellan. Walks Molina to start the inning. Chris LaRue went 2 innings on Saturday night against the Florida Marlins. Gave up a hit, 2 scoreless, struck out a couple. He has been very impressive.
You're playing the Cardinals a leadoff walk. You can just say you're trying to set up a double play. Like Loesch might be done.
Corey Patterson comes out on deck.
You know what you don't see anymore? Guys with like 3 bats swinging them.
No. Too bad.
You know, I saw a clip of I think it was a 60 World Series game of Yogi Berra, and he's swinging 3 bats in the batter's box.
I saw that. Yeah, that was the.
And then he takes 2 of them.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, what's he going to throw them all the way back? No, he hands them to the bat boy.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Standing
right there,
waiting for him. Yeah.
Well, Alvarez does not.
Get to it.
Alvarez doesn't get a chance to move to his left to cut it off, so Cedeno tries, and that'll be a base hit.
If it was somebody other than Molina going into second base, that would have been a little bit of a problem. The ball goes off the glove and then kind of dies out there, and Molina right now is rounding second base. He's thinking about it, but probably the slowest guy in their lineup. With nobody out, he made the right decision and just stayed at second base.
Well, Corey Patterson was out there. In fact, they announced his name in the press box as the pinch hitter, but he hasn't been officially announced by public address announcer Tim DeBacco, as La Russa calls him back. So instead it's Nick Punto.
Take a look at that play again. Ronnie going to the backhand just off the edge of the glove. Now, even if he makes that play, I'm not sure he's got an out anywhere. Maybe he could turn and get the ball to Walker, get the force out at second base. Those AGH pictures just always amaze me, Greg, that you see the ball not only go off the glove, but you can tell the exact point on the glove where it hit.
Amazing shots. Bucks expect a bunt. Punto, a switch hitter. Corey Patterson, a left-hand batter. Both pretty good bunters. But he slaps this ball toward the line and left as Presley reaches for it, and he gets there to make the catch in fair territory before crossing over the line. Nice running grab from Alex Presley.
Presley's playing it very shallow. Got himself in position to make this play. He wasn't really shading the line, though. He had to use his speed to get to the chalk. Good job, Alex.
That's the first out. And it's Rafael Furcal, 2 for 3 against the starter Lincoln. And still batting from the left side. Braves and Marlins are tied at 2 in the 6th. Watson and Grilly up in the pen. Lefty righty. John Jay, a left-hand batter on deck.
No Brewers tonight.
No Brewers. Brewers are hosting the Rockies starting tomorrow. Brewers have the Rockies, Reds, Cubs, Marlins, and Pirates on their schedule. One and one. Furcal playing game number 38 as a member of the St. Louis Cardinals. Fouls this ball back and out of play. They wanted to improve their defense. It's one of the reasons people that have followed the Cardinals telling us that it's one of the reasons why they have made this run. Obviously solid pitching, but the defense greatly improved the past few weeks. Tap towards second and on to first. Runners at second and third for John Jay. AGH injury update. Adam Wainwright on the 60-day DL, out with Tommy John surgery. Scheduled to throw his first bullpen session next week. He will not return this season, but they fully anticipate a healthy Adam Wainwright next year. That'll be big. Second in National League Cy Young voting last season. And with Wainwright back next year and a Carpenter locked up for 2 more, this rotation going to be pretty solid. If Pujols returns, you can bet the Cardinals, if not the favorite, will be one of the favorites again even next season. As Pedro Siriaco will come on, part of this double switch, a left-hander coming on to face John Jay when we return. plays shortstop. He will lead off now as this double switch comes in the 9th spot of the batting order, which will be due up first in the bottom half. And Tony Watson, left-hander, on to get left-handed hitting John Jay. And he will bat in the 8th spot. Now we'll have a pinch hitter. It'll be Alan Craig. Good numbers.
Potent lineup and a potent bench. Last time we saw the Cardinals, Craig was pretty hot, wasn't he?
Especially here at PNC Park. Alan Craig hit 2 home runs on Wednesday night, the 17th, and up and in.
Trying to throw a fastball inside, and it just got upstairs on him a little bit. Looks like they're going to go back in there. Watch, see what Dome does. That's where they wanted it.
Two home runs hit by Craig on the 17th. Paul Mahalem gave up this 2-run homer to Craig. And later in the ball game, hit this one off Brad Lincoln. First career multi-homer game, helping the Cardinals down the Pirates 7-2 that night. One ball, 2-strike count on Alan Craig. Rookie Tony Watson. Watson pitched a scoreless inning yesterday. Craig hitting .321 overall, 6 homers, 28 runs batted in to go along with those very solid pinch hitting numbers. Lines this ball down the line and left. Oh.
That's one when you stand on the mound you start talking to. Hope it listens. There you go, hook, get foul. And it does. Boy, that got out there quick, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
I got about 5 steps down the line. You can hear it hit.
2-2. Doma blocking that pitch in the dirt from Watson. Craig hits for the left-hand batter John Jay. Molina at third, Schumacher at second. It's still 2-2.
How long is this at bat? A lot of pitches. Fastball, changeup, fastball, changeup. Number 8 coming up.
Watson in 35 innings has struck out 30. Popped them up. McCutchen The Cardinals leave 2 more. We'll keep it here for the 7th inning stretch as the Pirates and Cardinals meet in game 1 of this 3-game series. St. Louis up 4-3.
We invite you now to stand. Follow.
Oh, great shots from the AGH camp tonight once again. And the game summary. Albert Pujols, 2 innings back, the 2-run homer, giving the Cardinals the lead. Neil Walker has 3 hits as Kyle McClellan takes over. A bunch of changes for the Cardinals. And Tony La Russa has Nick Punto staying in the ballgame to play second. At third base, Daniel Descalzo. Skip Schumacher is in center. Going from second to center field. And again, the new pitcher is Kyle McClellan. Descalzo hits 6th. As McClellan makes quick work of Pedro Siriaco.
1, 2, 3. McClellan does get his share of strikeouts, 73, although 34 innings this year. That's starting. Be a closer candidate for the Redbirds next season. I think that position on their team has been in a lot of flux the last couple of years, and it is again this season.
Presley will be out number 2 in a hurry. So Kyle McClellan started 17 games this season. Picked up Edwin Jackson for the rotation. That enabled Tony La Russa to move McClellan full-time into the bullpen.
There was some thought that he might have had a shot at that closer role this year if Wainwright hadn't have gotten hurt.
Walker 3 for 3. Pirates down 1. Over toward left center is Schumacher nearing the track. Now McClellan has a 1-2-3 bottom of the 7th inning. Redbirds up 1. Big homers during the regular season and in the postseason. None bigger for Pujols than this one. In the 9th inning off Bradledge in Houston. Game 5. The game winner, as it turns out. This 3-run shot with 2 outs in the 9th. Sending the series to Game 6. Astros would go on to win that series, but with a gigantic home run for this big man, Albert Pujols. He will face veteran Jason Grilli. Pujols, who homered in the 6th inning off Brad Lincoln to give St. Louis this lead.
Very interesting to see how this all shakes out over the wintertime. The bullpen, there's a lot of candidates. Grilli has pitched very well. LaRue has come on here late, pitched exceptional.
Pujols, that home run in the 6th was the 29th of his career here in this ballpark.
He loves hitting here. I don't know if he loves it, but he sure does it well.
Well, the bat sails past Alvarez. That foul ball. Watch it on the AGH cam.
So where's the ball hit on the bat? That sawed him off. That got inside on him. A lot of times those pitches that chop the bats will be out on the very end. Oh, look at it shatter when it hit. Splinters everywhere.
One ball, one strike on Pujols. It's the 3rd home run this season he's hit against the Pirates.
Now, I'm not sure what kind of bats he's using there, but you want to bet he gets the premium wood. I think those are hand selected just for him.
Yep. Well, up and in. 2-2. Take another look at the home run off Lincoln. Pops it up. Derek Lee makes the catch. Jason Grilli retires Pujols after that pitch that was up and in on him. Pujols pops up to Derek Lee. Matt Holliday 0 for 3. Yes, he did. Home plate umpire Sam Holbrook. Chad Fairchild at first. Joe West, the crew chief, at second. Paul Schreiber at third. 1 out in the 8th. Octavio Dotel is ready to work, apparently, the 8th inning. The Pirates will have McCutchen, Lee, and Domet due up in the bottom of the 8th. Currently trailing 4-3. Cardinals have won 7 of the 13 meetings this season. And they have felt quite comfortable here at PNC Park over the years. All time, they're 57-33 in the Pirates' home ballpark. course, the Bucks lead the all-time series, winning 1,110. And the Cardinals and Bucks have played over 2,100 games. Two very obviously storied franchises. One ball, two strikes to count on Matt Holliday. With one out in the eighth. And it's 2-2.
Must have missed by a smidgen. Where is it? Down and in, just a little. Wow, but the size of that leg kick. I never realized the foot came that far off the ground until that AGH shot.
Holliday, of course, played for Clint Hurdle in Colorado. Won the batting title in 2007 when he hit .340 for the Rockies and drove in a league best 137.
The leg kick looked like Xavier Nady's a few years back. Really gets it way up there.
Still 2-2 on Holliday.
Remember all the talk about Nady that one spring training, wasn't getting his foot down, About 3 hits all spring. Opening day came and nobody could get him out. Guess he was getting the foot down.
Really gets him. It is just the second strikeout by a Pirates pitcher. Brad Lincoln struck out his mound opponent Kyle Loesch in the 5th.
A lot of movement on that fastball coming down and in. There's that leg kick again. The ball's going to go right past it. Hey Jason, why don't you come in and pitch the 8th for us? Pujols, Holliday, Berkman.
Alvarez over to take a look and didn't have the best approach there.
Yeah, if that rain tarp wasn't there, he'd have been able to snuggle up to the railing. I think would have made that a lot easier for him. He took a look. He just wasn't sure about where he was in relation to that tarp.
Well out of play there. 0-2 on Berkman. Berkman has grounded out, walked, and singled. Averaging a home run every 14.4 at bats this season. That's the best average in the National League. A lock for comeback player of the year. Fly ball to McCutchen.
Pretty good job by Grilli, huh? That threw him easily. 1, 2, 3. The big boys.
Pirates will have their 3, 4, 5 hitters due up in the bottom of the 8th. Bucks take on the Reds Friday the 23rd, 7:05 Free Shirt Friday. All fans get a Pirates t-shirt courtesy of the International Union of Operating Engineers, local number 66. We invite you to come out to Federal Street before the game, just outside the ballpark. Enjoy live music and festivities during the Barrel Kia Block Party. For tickets, go to pirates.com/Free Shirt Friday. More changes for the Cardinals. Shane Robinson takes over in center field. He'll bat in the second spot of the order. Skip Schumacher moving around, now in right field. New pitcher, former Pirate Octavio Dotel.
A nice pickup for the Cardinals to bolster that bullpen. You talked about the defense, trying to make that better. They also got some help for the pen trading deadline.
McCutcheon sacrifice fly, grounded into a double play, fly to center. Down 1. Meanwhile, the Marlins lead the Braves 4-3. If that lead stands, and if the Cardinals' pen can hold the Pirates, St. Louis would move to within 3.5 of the Braves in the wild card.
You know, those Cardinals are doing some scoreboard watching right now. They're looking out there at it. They know the Marlins are ahead.
Two and 2. Dotel was traded to the Dodgers last summer. Pirates got James McDonald and Andrew Lambeau in that deal. He signed with the Blue Jays over the winter. The Cardinals made a deadline deal for him and Mark Shipsinski, the left-hander. Joel Hanrahan. Dotel strikes out Andrew McCutcheon. The Meadows Racetrack and Casino presents the scoreboard. The Marlins up by 1 in the 7th in Atlanta.
Hey, the Reds are losing, huh?
Over the Reds, 11-5 in the 7th. 4-1 Astros lead the Phillies. The Mets trail the Nats in the 8th inning. D-backs will take on the Dodgers. And the Giants host the Padres at AT&T Park in San Francisco. Rays up on the Birds. Tigers lead the White Sox. Tonight the A's entertain the Angels. Yankees at Mariners. Two 2-0.
Notice that Red score. Reds were down by a bunch. Earlier you were talking about the Reds, and thought you might.
Actually, I don't recall talking about the Reds hardly at all, was I?
It was just before we did the opening, as a matter of fact.
Well, why in the world would I have talked about the Reds?
I don't know. That's what everyone else wanted to know.
Got a nice chuckle from the Gypsies in the truck. When we rehearse our live opens, sometimes we're not always right like Bob. So yeah, instead of the Cardinals, I said Pirates were playing the Reds tonight. Just so we're clear, just so you are in on the inside stuff. I mean, it's all access tomorrow night, all access here on Root Sports, but
well,
it's kind of inside things.
Just a little taste of the all access.
Yeah.
That's right.
We're going to take a timeout. Pirates and Cardinals are playing tonight in game 1 of this 3-game series. That's Tony La Russa making the pitching change. And we will be back here at PNC Park with the Bucks down a run, trying to rally. Ryan Domit due up. La Russa will turn him around to bat right-handed. Kupczynski. Been talk a couple of weeks ago about the possibility, perhaps next year, of having him start once again. He has a history of starting, but right now doing a fine job out of the bullpen. This is his 19th game since being acquired from Toronto. Call him Scrabble, with good reason, that name. Domit tonight has singled and grounded out twice. Chase Darno pinch running for Derek Lee at first. Ball one on Domit.
First pitch, Chase is already giving it a little bluff.
Closer for the Cardinals is Fernando Salas. One ball, one strike. Think Chase will take off?
Eventually. Maybe he might wait till 2 outs. It won't be, if he has the green light, yeah, he's going to run. He might not have the green light right now. But when he sees it, if they give him permission, he'll take off. Looked like Domit was trying to hit a ball in that big hole over on that side. Shoot one through there in the right.
Domit hitting .310 against lefties this season, with 2 of his 8 home runs against southpaws. A hit in the first inning, and since coming off the DL, batting about .330. There goes Chase, and it's hit the other way. It's a fair ball into the corner. This will tie it. Domit into second base with a double. 4 all.
And not only did he shoot one to right, he had a bullet to right. That's the way to do it. He was going that way the whole time. That was a man with a plan right there. Inside out, that ball rocketed it right down the line. And as with Presley earlier, with that kind of speed off on the pitch, absolutely no trouble scoring on that. The Darno can fly, can he?
He really can.
And we're going to get a pinch hitter now, or a pinch runner.
And a pinch hitter. Ryan Ludwig, the former Cardinal, will bat for Jones. Xavier Paul will pinch run for Domit.
We'll probably see a pinch pitcher. Where the name pinch hitter came from? We call them relief hitters, relief pitchers.
Well, here's a relief hitter.
Think we'd catch on if we did that?
No, I don't actually.
How about pressing to the mitt?
You know, that died. We tried that, and it worked for a little while. Then it just, for whatever reason, we tried to add some baseball lingo to the current baseball lexicon, and now they're going to walk Ludwig, no surprise, to face Pedro Alvarez. And in terms of available pinch hitters,
they could have made the choice to do something else.
See if Clint Hurdle stays with Alvarez. Josh Harrison is available.
It's
Michael McHenry.
It's so interesting in September because the options are huge.
Yeah.
All kinds of different things you can do, and getting the matchups you want is much more difficult now.
I know this is what you really enjoy about the month of September.
One of the things, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the air starting to cool off a little bit.
And the fact that baseball just suddenly changes.
No, it doesn't
in
change
September.
The rules. These rules have been like this for a long
baseball
time.
changes in September. I didn't say the rules.
Yeah,
baseball changes suddenly.
Yeah, changes in October.
Completely different in September.
Changes in October.
Yeah, it goes back to what they do during the summer.
Not really.
25 men. So they pinch hit for Alvarez, the right-handed hitting Josh Harrison against the lefty Shipsinski. And La Russa is going to stick with the lefty. Jason Jaramillo out on deck to bat for the Pirates pitcher Jason Grilli. 1 out, 2 on, tie game. In the dirt, blocked by Molina.
It'd be fun to have the managers mic'd up in games like this to really hear the strategies, hear them talk to their bench coaches, why they pick certain matchups over others.
One ball, one strike.
Oh, La Russa, for instance, it leaves the lefty in here. And nothing is done for just like, oh, heck, I'll do this. There's, especially with La Russa, he has all the numbers right there in front of him. A lot of books. All managers have them nowadays, but I think La Russa was probably a little before his time and having a lot of different numbers.
Yeah, really. La Russa, a lot of people credit him with the shortening the game for starters. It became a specialized game in Oakland. All fouled out of play. Wasn't it La Russa who tried that for a while, for like a couple weeks in baseball season, instead of using a regular starter, relievers? 3-3-3 plan. La Russa and his
he has never been afraid to try things, that's for sure.
Shipsinski, by the way, as he strikes out Josh Harrison. Shipsinski against righties is allowing a .314 batting average before that strikeout. Now Jaramillo bats for Grilli.
Got him to chase. Josh could not hold the swing up. Any doubt whatsoever that he went on that, even though he did try and stop it.
Jason Jaramillo, pinch hit RBI single in the 8th inning on Wednesday night to help beat Houston. Paul at second, Ludwig at first, and Hanrahan up. The Pirates bullpen, tie game. Another block by Molina. Gold Glove catcher. Two and 0. Paul pinch running for Domet at second.
If you're a Gold Glover, you almost have to go Rawlings, don't you? Just so you can wear that gold label on your gear.
Have to. 3-0.
You're a Gold Glover and you use Rawlings glove. They put that, what's normally a red label, they put a gold one on. Well, they're supposed to.
And ball 4. 4-pitch walk to Jaramillo.
And the wheels will be turning again here.
La Russa coming out of the dugout. They'll want a right-hander now with the bases loaded to face Pedro Siriaco. See if Siriaco can deliver. Tie game. HGH cam from PNC Park. Pirates have them loaded. Xavier Paul at third base. Ryan Ludwig, the former Cardinal, at second. And Jason Jaramillo is at first. Pirates have tied it thanks to a Ryan Domet double. Scoring Chase Darno, who was pinch running for Derek Lee. Lee had walked, and now Fernando Salas trying to keep it tied. Siriaco, who came on as part of a double switch in the 8th inning and batted in the pitcher spot, the 9th spot. So he led off the 7th inning and struck out. And obviously remained in the game to play short, so he's up there now. The base is loaded. 2 outs. And 0-2.
Siriaco didn't even flinch, did he? Yeah, a little bit of a flinch. Guess there was not that much of a reason to. It was about a foot over his head. I didn't realize it was that high. That was just a great job.
And it's a fair ball past Pujols. The Bucs will get a couple as Pedro Siriaco doubles to right, and the Pirates lead it 6-4.
They bring in the closer. He's got a 1-2 count and simply hangs an off-speed pitch as pretty as you would want. On a 1-2 count, Siriaco just kind of pushes that ball. Is about a letter high. Looked like a slider. And just pushed it down the line. 2 bases, 2 runs. And a 2-run lead. And that's the most important.
Now Presley takes ball 1. The Pirates have rallied for 3 here in the 8th.
And that was not a pitch that Salas wanted to make. I'm sure he needed to get that. It looked like a slider. He needed to get that one down and away, and he just left it letter high right over the plate. The hammer.
Save situation for him now. The 6th inning in Atlanta. The Marlins lead 4-3. This one will sting.
Oh, it certainly will. This inning, they will be replaying it. But the big hit this inning was that Domit double. That was huge. Camouflage rope was working tonight.
Yes, sir. They'll all be wearing that tomorrow. Well, Siriaco's not wearing one at all, but that 2-run double has given the Pirates the lead. Presley pops it up. Second baseman Punto back. So that will do it. Hammer time coming up. Trying to nail it down. The Pirates now lead it thanks to Domit's double and Pedro Siriaco's 2-run double. 6-4 Pirates. Since August 30th, may not return at all this season for the Braves. Mariano Rivera, 599 career saves, 40th of the season last night. About to break the all-time mark set by Trevor Hoffman. He's 3 shy from matching that mark. Starlin Castro, 2 for 3, double home run, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. Cubs lead the Reds 11-5. And Marvin Miller Award finalists include Paul Konerko, David Robertson, David Wright, Troy Tulowitzki, Adam Wainwright, and Michael Young. For the Pirates, these changes. Xavier Paul stays in the game to play right field. Chase Darno remains in the game to replace Pedro Siriaco at short. Jason Jaramillo catches. Josh Harrison stays in the game to play third. And it's Joel Hanrahan trying to nail it down for Grilli. Brandon Wood now in the game to play second.
Where's Wood?
Second base? First base. And the Cardinals, Daniel Descalzo leads off with a base hit. Pedro Siriaco getting some congrats. Hitting coach Greg Ritchie.
Didn't have many opportunities this year, but that was a big one, and he came through. Do a lot of smiling and a lot of laughing, and he'll enjoy this one later on. So Daniel giving him a hug.
Ground ball. Diving stop. Darno throws to first. Oh my goodness. You gotta be kidding. What a play by Chase Darno.
Well, this is an awesome play by Darno. Look at that. And look, he throws a one-hop strike.
Unbelievable.
Now, there are times this year where, I mean, he has been a little inconsistent over there on defense, to say the least, but what a play he made there. That's the type of talent that he does have, to do things like that. Just, that's your typical young, very talented infielder. Sometimes it doesn't go the way it's planned, but at other times they pull off a brilliant play, and that's what that one was.
Oh, my.
That was a brilliant play.
Now Schumacher, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and 2. Runner at second, 1 out. Schumacher 2 for 3. No decision for Lincoln. He's off the hook. Jason Grilli a chance for the W. Tomorrow Chris Carpenter for the Cardinals against Jeff Karstens.
That last pitch to Hanrahan had to shake off a couple of times to get the pitch that he wanted. So this time, after the foul ball, Hanrahan went out there and had a little discussion. I'm sure it was about, okay, well, how do you want to work this? What are you looking to try and throw?
And a base hit. We'll put runners at first and third.
The guy at third doesn't mean a whole lot. They care less about him. They ignore him like he's not even there. As you can see, like the base hit to left field, they lob it into second. It's all about the hitter, and now it's all about Schumacher, the runner. He's at first after this hit. 2 times in a row with a high fastball. He fouled the other one off. This time he gets enough of it to get it to the outfield for a hit.
Hit Punto. Takes a strike. One and one. Time was called. LaRussa looking for someone to pinch run, apparently.
Yeah, you could hear on our mics it was hollering somebody's name. Timeout.
Adron Chambers will grab a helmet. Don't forget, tomorrow night, all access night for game 2 of this 3-game series. Adron Chambers running for Schumacher at first.
Chambers must be able to fly because Schumacher's not slow.
Big strike there.
Watch the location. Perfect. Right in the outside corner.
Away, and now the tying run moves up into scoring position as Descalzo scores.
Chambers getting the second base is huge with all this apparent speed that he has. Is Punto really not a guy that's going to hit a ball long ways? At least you don't think of him like that. So you can cheat in the outfield to give yourself a chance. There you see the wild pitch that moves Chambers over to second. But you lose a little of that advantage moving in because of the speed. Check it.
Oh.
Hanrahan put a little extra on that one, 98.
First and second as Punto walks with one out. The batter Rafael for a call.
This game's going to end on a double play, Greg.
That would be so appropriate. Yeah. Yes, really would be. No worries.
Things under control.
On 1 on for call. He's grounded out twice. He has singled twice. Hanrahan looking for save number 37. A lot of work to do yet. Falls Cardinals behind 2-1. Hanrahan has 2 saves this season against the Redbirds.
Play Darno mate's looking pretty big right now.
Yeah.
You see pitchers out on the mound looking around like that. Not really looking at anything. You're just kind of thinking in your mind, not seeing anything.
That's one big out there. And a ground ball to the right side. A slight stumble by Wood, but he makes the play. And now runners move up 90 feet. Cardinals are down to their last out. It will be Corey Patterson to pinch hit.
Wood just about hugging the line. It'll make that play pretty easy. Pujols is on deck. This is where it's got to end. Don't want that man coming up. Got to get Patterson. Hasn't done much pinch hitting, obviously. 1 for 14. Not a lot of success. Did he come over from the Blue Jays?
Yep. Ready for Shane Robinson. Oh, 0-1 on the foul ball. One hit and 1 at bat. It was a home run against Hanrahan. And now Hanrahan ahead 0-2 on the veteran Corey Patterson. Pirates lead 6-5. Hanrahan trying to nail down the save. Oh my.
Thank you. Jaramillo had to spring out of the crouch for this one. Wow. Good job. That was close.
Was it ever? Raise the Jolly Roger. The Pirates come back. Pedro Siriaco's 2-run double in the 8th. Follow the Doman game-tying double in the 8th inning as the Pirates score 3 times, come back and defeat the St. Louis Cardinals.
Breaking ball in the dirt. Patterson could not hold up, and this is going to be a game that the Cardinals are going to be tough to put behind them, I think.
Yes, indeed.
That's right.
That's what that is.
You know, Greg, also I saw some of the Cardinals looking over their shoulders as they were, I think it was Pujols. He's coming off the field looking at the scoreboard. And you know what that scoreboard says? Atlanta has tied the game.
How about that? Well, the Pirates deal the Cardinals a serious blow to their playoff hopes. A come-from-behind win. 6-5 final. A lot more coming your way. Pirates post-game is next.